All right, a beautiful welcome. You are welcome to Women's Gala. Yes, we're back. And of course, today, like I said, we're sharing a success story of an amazing guest. She's always been on this program, not always, but she usually appears on this program. And I said, okay, it's time for you to share your success story. And we are so interested in listening. So I'm going to be introducing our guest today. And of course, her name is Juliana Olorunsogo. She is an expert. She's an emotional intelligence coach. She's also the CEO of Gehobots, and of course, she's a guardian and counseling. I think I love that. That's
the combination.
Yeah, the combination. I always love it when I hear people. I'm a guidance counselor. I'm like, oh, you're like an angel. Okay, well, if we have Juliana, can we bring it up on the screen? Oh, she's smiling already.
And looking very pretty, Juliana.
She's always pretty.
Looking very pretty.
She's always pretty. Good morning, Juliana. How you doing? Juliana, we're coming back to you. Please join back. But anyways, while we wait for Juliana to join us back, let's go for the second tip. Of course, this one is also relating to fashion because, like I said, and I think tomorrow also is a fashion person.
So it's a fashion
week for us. So yes, I do not know why, but that's how it comes. Anyways, we're just gonna go on another a tip, and this one is tips to maintain fashion trend. I wish I'm not taking this tip right now because there are questions that should proceed before that. But of course, we have to do something so we can have it back. So let's go for tips for fashion trend, following the fashion trend. And I'll be right back to the studio to, of course, continue with Juliana. Stay with us.
Tips to maintain fashion trend. 1. The first step to keeping up with fashion trends and still maintaining your individual style is to know your style. What are the colors, patterns, fabrics, and shapes that suit you best? The second step to keep up with fashion trends and still maintaining your individual style is to follow your inspiration. Where do you get your fashion inspiration from? Is it from magazines, blogs, social media, celebrities, influencers, friends, or family? Or is it from art, music, culture, history, or nature? Whatever your sources are, follow them and observe how they incorporate the latest trends into their outfits. The third step to keep up with fashion trends and still maintaining your individual style is to experience and mix. Don't be afraid to try new things and experience with different combinations of trends and classics, colors and textures, prints and solids, and accessories and layers. You can also mix different styles such as casual and formal, vintage and modern, or edgy and feminine to create a unique and versatile look. The fourth step to keeping up with fashion trends and still maintaining your individual style is to choose quality over quantity. Instead of buying every trendy item that catches your eye, invest in a few high-quality pieces that will last longer and fit better. Quality pieces will also help you create a more polished and sophisticated look, as well as reduce your environmental impact and save you money in the long run. The fifth step to keep up with fashion trends and still maintaining your individual style is to be yourself. Don't let the trends dictate your style or make you feel pressured to conform or impress others. Remember that fashion is a form of self-expression, not a competition or a rule book. Wear what makes you happy, what reflects your mood, and what suits your personality. Be yourself and let your style speak for you. The sixth and the final step to keeping up with fashion trends and still maintaining your individual style is to have fun. Fashion is supposed to be fun, not stressful or boring. Enjoy the process of exploring, experimenting, and expressing yourself through fashion. Have fun with colors, patterns, accessories, and details. Have fun with changing your look, mood, and attitude. Have fun discovering new trends, styles, and inspirations. Have fun with fashion and let it bring you joy and confidence. Thank you for listening.
Back. So let's just go over to what we have for today, which is Juliana. Can we have her back on the screen? Do we have Juliana? Okay. Hi, Juliana. So we said on mute, but you decided to log off. All right, so we talked about relationship, we talked about the fashion trend and just not in the industry for life, and of course now we want to talk about your success story, how you became a fashion designer. We had a fashion designer yesterday and we learned that there is burnt orange. Yesterday.
Burnt yellow.
Oh, sorry, burnt yellow. Yeah. Well, that. So today we're also going to put you on the sports, because after sharing your stories, you want to learn some other things, and because I believe that every fashion designer is unique, so there are things that drive them to become that. So what actually drove you? What was the thing that drove your passion to become a fashion designer? Let me ask that first before you tell your story. Okay, we'll be having her back anyways, but let's do a little bit of chit chat. Now let's talk about fashion. Now, looking at you on a daily basis, what makes you very comfortable, and what do you think everybody normally should be comfortable with when it comes with fashion?
Okay, so I was talking to someone today that this morning she wanted me to make her something. I'm not a designer, but she doesn't live here, so she sent some fabrics to me to make for her. So I chose some styles for her, and she called me and said, the styles you chose are very lovely, but I don't think I can wear them. So, it just clicked in me. I'm like, yes, that's true. Wear what you think makes you comfortable. And she said, yes, that's her fashion, that's her style. She wants to wear things that makes her comfortable. So she chose her styles by herself. So, and that's me, exactly, I do not want to go by the trend. Everybody's wearing it, so I want to wear it because Blossom is wearing it, I want to wear
it. Because Blossom is wearing it, you wear it.
I should wear it. Like what you're wearing now, I should wear it.
Yeah.
But then again, I like to be very comfortable in what you wear. And then, as simple as I could be, I will make statements with my simplicity. So that gives me more comfort.
True.
Yeah, but so I don't want to wear what everybody's wearing and then get choked in it.
Eventually.
I cannot move around comfortably. So
and that's for a fact. There's one thing that's up my sleeve that I really want to do, and that's it's not just about fashion. This time around is about becoming a fashion designer. Maybe not a fashion designer. Maybe, let me use that word that we always use, tailor. Tailoring, sewing clothes, because I love to look good, but I go with simplicity. Do you understand? And I feel like simplicity is even beautiful. It's unique. It's not extra. You don't have to adjust. You don't have to, mind the way you sit, the way you stand. That's when they start telling you you don't bend down to pick something. You have to squat to pick up something. Because if I am comfortable, I don't need to squat with what I'm wearing.
I just go down
and pick it. You understand? Well, of course, for etiquette rules, definitely you have to squat as a lady, because they expect us to be wearing a gown. So it's better to squat.
Let me ask you, Blossom. Okay, so what kind of fabrics are your best fabrics?
For me, I love all fabrics except lace. You see that thing they call lace? You see that thing they call lace? As far back as 2010, 11, 12, 13, I still have laces that, when your friends are getting married, they'll say, oh, you're not buying Ankara, you're buying the lace. I have them and I've never sewn them. They're just in the house. And one thing, just say, okay, maybe the day I'm ready, I will. And if I'm not ready, maybe my kids would take over it if they want. But if not, you give it out. But lace is not it for me.
I like laces, but You know those ones with the stones that itches you on your skin? I can't stand those ones. But I know that there are cord laces that could be like cotton, you know, on your skin. It's smooth on your skin.
Lace is lace. For me, lace is lace. Once you say lace, I will buy, but I will not sew. Even the last one I got, which was pretty expensive, all thanks to Faith, but nah.
You didn't make it.
I bought it. I bought I told that if it's not to come to you already, no wala. I'm not coming because of this lace, but we buy the lace. But I'm not gonna, you know, sew that. It's a beautiful. I love it when I see it on people. You know, you have so fabulous designs right now, and it's beautiful. But nah, I'll go with the Kampala, the Ankara, any day, anytime.
Fantastic things with the Ankara.
Exactly.
Kampala now.
Yeah.
And they're mixing them up with the Ashoke thing.
Ashoke, yeah.
I think I should try one of them.
Okay,
we have a fashion designer in the house anyway.
Yes. Up Felicity.
Yeah,
she is our official fashion designer.
She will be dressing us from next week.
Yes. The first day I saw her wear her design, I was like, girl, if I wish I was your size, I would pick this. I would just take it home and be on the show and say, oh, thanks to Felicity. But it wasn't my size.
Okay, so the one she wore to the beach too. I was looking.
Was that your design? That was not design.
It wasn't her design.
No.
Oh.
Okay, we have Juliana chit-chatting. Juliana, thank you for joining us, but we'll have to confirm if your audio is working. So please, can you say hi to us? Juliana, say hi to us. Say hello, hi, so we can know if it's, you know. Hello, Juliana. Can you hear me? I don't think she can hear us, and if she can't, I think it's coming from our side. So please, can you hear me now? Oh, finally. I was already getting, you know, excited. Let me not use the other word. Okay, so it's good to have you. So yes, I said something. I said, what was your drive to become a fashion designer? Why did you choose to become a fashion designer? And please, after that, just go right into it and tell us your story of how you became a designer. And please, you know, a lot of people would always say, oh, somebody, you know, I just decided, I struggled on my own. Please tell us, did they fund you? If they funded it, how did you get across the finance? How did you get about your store? Because she just opened a new store.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have to come there. She's just opened a new store. And that's beautiful. You know, having one here and one in Ogun State. That's amazing. So you're going global already. I love that. So anyways, please answer the questions. Thank you.
I didn't it's not what I want to do, but I just realized that I started loving it. I want where people dress well, not necessarily with the corset that we find around right now and all the dressing to be not really for extra. I just want where the buttons are well placed. I just want where the collars sit well. I just want where the sleeves are just brief, not too long, not too short. I just look forward to seeing a clothing that is just that is delicious to see. So I think that is my own drive. That's my drive for fashion. And then I realized that for what I was looking for, it has to be that is mass produced. It has to be that learning from all the stories of other tailors we've seen so far. I have seen where they can take a machete, machete to a tailor shop that you didn't deliver on time. I've seen where people shout on tailors that, oh, this is not what I ordered, you gave me something that is bad, all right. So looking at all that, I actually love to see where a tailor shop is well structured. A tailor shop, what you ordered is what you get. A tailor shop is where that you are a tailor does not necessarily be that you do not go to school. So those are the things I look forward to being a tailor, and it's been an amazing journey. Now, if you want to ask me if it's easy, but it has not been easy. Do I get fun? I think family and friends came through for me. Family and friends, they saw the passion. I can not, I can starve, okay, for what I want, especially when it's this a business. I remember when I just started that when people make order, they will make order with 50%. Some will even tell you they are not paid yet and all that. I just realized something that way my dream will not really go far. It will affect me. I was not able to grow, and my growth was at its kind of end. That was when I now devise a means, okay, how to get my money from my clients, how to make sure that my clients pay me even if it's 75%. This make me to realize that there are plenty paperwork I need to do. I need to structure my business properly, and that is not cheap. It's not. Then it requires me going back to the. I have to learn and learn and learn a lot online, Coursera. If you at times you might just find me online in the middle of the night. I'm reading, I'm studying, and I was able to realize that being a tailor does not limit you in any way. Okay, you can be a tailor and not be sewing. It does not mean that you don't know how to sew. I can operate up to a different type of industrial machines. I think I can operate up to 11 types of industrial machine, the cutting or the taping machine, the lock stitch, that's straight sewing that we'll call it, the hemming machine, monogramming machine, heat press, and all other type of machines, that we have that make your job neat, faster, and adorable, and makes your customer want to pay you very close, to standard of what they get, even if they are importing their clothing. So that's been my story so far.
Juliana, you have a very beautiful story. I like the fact that you said you can operate up to 11 machines. Wow, fantastic, because putting all these machines together makes your job perfect, okay?
And I think I wanted to under you because I really want a store. I just want a store, I don't know.
So meet Juliana.
Yes, I don't need to meet her. We already met, so I will tell her.
Okay, so Juliana, are there any collaborations or projects you are particularly excited about? Did you hear me?
There's a collaboration with what?
Oh, the question. Okay. I said, are there any collaborations or projects you are excited about right now?
What to people together, people that are married that talk of the one thing or the other. We just opened a fashion school where we want to teach people as in how to know this sewing properly. It's not just sewing. We want them to know how to cut. It's not just cutting. We want them to know the business aspect of fashion, because for any business you realize that it's a game of number. For you to make money in any business, it's always a game of number. So if you make 10 wears, and for someone that makes one, apart from people that has premium products, like let's say Big James that sells maybe makes a gown for like 3M, 4M. Even at that, if you make 10 of that, that should be like 30M. If you are making 20, you should be making more money. If you are making 30, 40, 50, then you should be smiling to the bank, all right? So it's gone at those times that you said that tailors, let me just make one wear, all right, a week. And that is why many people are not really making exploits in it, because they don't know speed, they don't know how to get the work done in a little period of time. They don't know how not to disappoint customers. Because for you to be able to make a good wear, start from the fabric itself, what are those things you're using for its mass production itself. Then, because it takes the time for you to make one, it's the same time you will use to make 10. So, why those are things that we've been able to do, transferring that knowledge to people, because, hey, we are not going to die without this knowledge. Even if I know how to do it, if God has placed that upon my heart, and I can do exploit, because the fact still remains that tailoring, I could say, the fashion design shows me, and I'm not ashamed of it anytime. So, to have this knowledge on the youth that we have today, on colleagues, I'm not always, I'm always, I'm always jumping, to give my advice, to give my support. There's no competition really in this business. Really, if you know what you are doing, and if you know where the money is, then you know there's no competition.
That's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm going to take her back to her success story.
Okay.
Okay, there's something you didn't tell us while you were talking to us on your success story. And then this is your education. Tell us about your education as a fashion designer. How did your education prepare you for this role?
Institution, and we had this 1 year break. There was this fight, we didn't even know it was going to last up to a year. And these things were at home for a very long time. And now my mom does cardigan. And what she does was that after she's done sewing, knitting those cardigans, so she's going to give me to use it to and thread to hold it together. So one day, as I was doing that, I asked, I said, Mommy, what if you have a job now and it's plenty? What if you have like 100? How are we going to sew this cardigan? Am I still going to use my use needle and thread to fix it together? He said, when we get to that part, we'll cross it. When we get to that ring, we'll cross it. So I was doing that. Then she got a major break, and she got like 50, I think like 50 cardigans to supply a school and that. And I was like, okay, what do we do now? Thank God we have some tailors around. Some tailors were using our voice cutter there in GRA. And I was like, Mommy, let me just try. Let me take it to them if they can. Tell me how to do it. So when I got there, I said, Uncle Collins, please, can you show me how to use this thing? He said it's easy, but if I can hang around. As I was hanging around, I was, prior to that time, I had no knowledge of sewing at all. So I was just looking at the way they were sewing, and I was like, oh, okay, what I need to do. And I was there. I think that day I started sewing. That day, because I couldn't even wait for a long time. I started sewing, and I was fascinated. Then I went there the following time. I was doing those cardigans until I was through. doing like the 50, I would do 5, I would do 3, I would do 1 sometimes because their machines were, the machines were occupied too. And I was just doing that. And then, so I saw, because the place was, I would see clients, because these guys really knows their onion. And you see people driving in big jeep and giving them jobs. I was fascinated. Like, how can someone that is well placed in the society, that ordinarily this is someone you might not even talk to, you might not even relate with, that but because of what he or she does, because it's now a tailor, you can actually smell them. Okay, you can have their contact. Then they will take measurements and they will joke, And when I got to know these people, they say, this also person is the chairman of something. I say, really? That's who you are so for? Say, yes. There's also person is the so and these are the I am mighty. Say, oh wow. So a skill that you have can actually give you leverage to be able to relate with people like this. So that got me. The more that got me was that I have to start like when I finished from school, I then started learning fashion on my own. Most of where I learned my fashion were on YouTube. I practice them. Some even come to me in dreams. I just see how it's done and I do them. But I'm certified Lagos State Fashion. I also plan to go to Italy to have a formal, certification. I also have a school offering in UK. But as I am right now, apart from my basic education in Nigeria and vision, I still want to acquire more knowledge as time goes on, and that is my dream.
It's beautiful,
Big
very
dream.
to be honest, that's a very
Big
big dream.
dream.
I'm not gonna lie. And I'm just gonna say I have a lot of questions. I don't know why sometimes this door when we start we don't even exhaust our question or tend to do more of the things we want to. At times already far exhausted. But Juliana, trust me, I know when I call on you, you would definitely always answer. And don't remember my dress, and I'm still going to come under you, definitely not under you basically, like under your tutelage to actually learn how to sew. So yes, thank you very much for honoring this invitation to be part of the program. We appreciate you, we love you as always, and we're saying thank you, and hopefully we'll get to see you again on the show to talk more about fashion and of course reality. So thank you very much. All right. Anyways, that's it from Juliana Olorunsogo. Like I said, she's a guardian, counselor, she's an expert. She's also into relationship and marriage, and she's a fashion designer, and you can hear what pushed her to her dreams. Anyway, maybe one day we'll put Felicity on the hot seat and ask her what pushed you to fashion designing. We would like to know. And people would like to know, who is this Felicity you're always talking about? Don't worry. One day you're going to see her and you will love her. Anyway.